Okay, so the sphere has dropped and all the Bidens have been lowered, and the Lich seems unresponsive, paralyzed by the indecision.
Yeah. I'd like you to roll one more Arcana check, please.
Does this have anything to do with what that crystal is? 17.
You're highly, highly intelligent.
Yes.
You are one that illusions would very, very rarely ever work on. You see this for what it is. It is some sort of semi-permanent artifact that she's had created, maybe a permanent one, maybe a programmed illusion, who knows. You know that this crystal has an illusion spell cast on it, and it is an image of his sister.
All right,
Feel
so it's an
here.
illusion. All right.
Now, this is all occurring to you as the sphere drops and the Bidens are lowered. And we are now going to roll for initiative because just in case you decide you want to do something here. So we have me and you.
Yeah, we no longer have a water elemental.
Well, actually, I can.
Well, my initiative is better, not by much.
I'm going to scratch out the water elemental in this lastest because it's pretty much exactly the same. And we'll put down Tobias. All right, let's see who has what. Ugh, terrible roll. You can get first. What'd you get?
9.
Same as me. All
You want to
right,
go first, or should I?
you can go first. The mistress has a natural one. Rhea is an 18
Is she going first then so far?
so far. The other sorcerers have a 19. Commanders have 8. And the all important one. Soldiers have a 19. All right, Tobias. This is your only saving grace right here. You got to roll better than a 19. All right, this is the order. Soldiers are up
Sorcerers.
first with a 19. The sorcerers also have, like the group of three of them,
I
also have
put
a.
them after the soldiers though, because I think
Yep, they're
it makes sense to
not.
have the soldiers go first.
Breeze after that,
Yeah.
and then it's you. Then
Oh,
and then it's me. And then it's the commanders.
with
Then it's Tobias, and the very last one is the mistress, who probably wouldn't be acting anyway, just sitting there responding to stuff.
okay. That is a terrible initiative order.
Yeah, unfortunately, because of the orders that were given unknown to Tobias, but that we spotted, all of the soldiers open fire the second that drops. I am
Let's
going
hope
to.
he has some other spells at his disposal that can protect him better than my elemental. Good.
Yeah, I am going to roll the same batch of rolls as I did for the elemental. So we shall see what we see. Ignore those 3. Well, no natural 20s this time. So What do they have for modifier again?
Plus
They have-
5, I think.
Out of the almost 40 people firing at him simultaneously, only 8 hit.
Okay. They wasted their good aim on the elemental.
Apparently. Well, he does, as a reaction, cast shield.
Yeah.
He does have a better armor class than your elemental do. So I am gonna roll for 8d12s plus 8.
Yep.
That's a 12. That's a 10.
Oh, I imagine this is going to go badly.
Which one? 7. 34. For 53 points of damage.
Okay.
At which point, he is staggering on his feet, but still upright.
Okay. So he's not nearly as hardy as we are.
No, he is not. Next up are
Sorcerers.
all the sorcerers. Well, they're not going to fireball the area because they catch their own soldiers.
Not
Yeah.
even Mr. Trigger happy.
Yeah, maybe Mr. Trigger Happy. Hold on a second. I forgot about him. Nah, even he's smart enough to realize that would go bad. Alright. I don't remember their spell list off the top of my head, but do they have magic missile on their lists?
1 second. I'm pretty sure they all do, but yes.
Wait. Of the 3 of them, one of them is a moron. Fires a fairly high level magic missile. I think there's 4 bolts. Oh, they bounce off the shield. Because, you know.
The shield spell in effect.
Exactly. The other 2 are smart enough to realize there's a shield in effect. And are going to.
You can also throw fire bolts, chaos bolts, scorching rays.
They're going to go for scorching rays at 2nd level.
Okay, so it's base level.
Yeah. So
You'll have to roll the hit.
there's 3 bolts, right? Each?
Yep.
Or 2, yeah, 3 each. It's been a while since I cast this spell.
Yep. So 6
6 bolts, and 3 of them hit. And they are these. That's
2d6
very long.
fire damage each.
So that's going to be 6d6 damage. Oh, I wish I could roll fireballs like this. For 25 points of damage. At which point, Tobias shatters. And there's no more.
Okay. At which point the necklace of fireballs drops.
Yes. His robes, whatever other accoutrements he has, and the necklace of fireballs all fall to the ground. But he did not activate them. So it's just the necklace that has landed on the ground.
Okay. He did mention he rigged them, but I guess that not to just explode.
Yeah. They rigged them with a command word, yes.
Yeah.
We do not know what the command word is, but I suppose if we acquired that, we would know.
Yeah.
In case you want to launch off 7 simultaneous fireballs.
I don't know. At this point, if we can somehow manage a way of sneaking into, he called her Fortuna, his bedroom, place them under her pillow or something, and then say the command word.
It's
I
currently
imagine that would be a good test of her immortality.
it's currently in the middle of the street. All right, just in case you're entertaining this idea,
Yeah,
we are here.
yeah.
There is a lot of people and a lot of soldiers,
Mhm.
and it is right there.
Okay, are they paying any attention to this at this point? I assume we're out of combat.
Yes, combat ends.
Mhm.
Fortuna stands up and goes, "Yes, finally! I am rid of him. And as far as I can think, we are now rid of Zorik. Well done, everybody." And she's just beaming from ear to ear because she, from her perspective at this point, thinks everything is now
Yeah, she
under
thinks she has
control.
won.
Yes, she figures everything now is the way it should be. And she says, to show the citizens of Vern's Run my generous spirit, set the prisoners free. You're free to go home.
Except for the dead lady.
Shouldn't even,
Yeah,
not even.
this is just me mentally adding that to myself, except for that one.
Yeah. And then she says to the commander on her right, please go gather up all of that. Not the dust, but the accoutrements, please.
Hmm. So there is someone going over there.
Yep. And now this is all taken,
Huh.
30 or 40 seconds. So
So
you
we could try sneaking over there and trying to.
you could if you want to,
All
yes.
right. I would like to try.
All right. Because of the number of people
Yeah.
and the general jostling and everything else, you can sneak, but it'll be without advantage.
All right. I have a portent I'm going to use for this, which was a natural 20.
All right. You dodge through miraculously. Like,
Yeah.
if I could see it, I'd be applauding, but I can't.
Yeah.
But
Well, what's the point of having portents of future events if you cannot use them to your advantage?
okay. I assume that you appraised me of this, and I was probably going to help you, so I'm going to roll a stealth check.
Yeah.
Nowhere near as good as you, but good enough not to be detected.
Yeah. Do I get over there and grab up the necklace?
Now, you made it there.
Yeah.
You're there ahead of him.
Yeah.
This is going to take a dex check. Going to make it a dex check because you already rolled a natural 20 on your stealth. Oh, sorry. You
I did. Okay.
created the natural 20 for yourself. This is going to be a dex check and all this hubbub to pick it up. Now, also, I would like at disadvantage for you to roll a perception check,
All right. So roll the perception first.
please.
All right. Well, at disadvantage, that comes to a 15.
Okay, this is what you see.
Yeah.
You're a wizard. You're quite accustomed to looking at things from a really well-made point of view.
Mhm.
You see the necklace, no problem. Roll a dex check to pick it up.
All right. Well, that's a total of 21.
Not a problem. It just disappears.
Mhm.
No one's noticed it. On top of that, here, there is very, very nice robes. You've seen these many times. These worn
Yes.
all
I
the time.
think they'll notice if those vanish. They'll probably
Very,
notice these in a moment.
very, very nicely put together. Obviously, from your perspective, it could be magical.
Yeah.
He has a component pouch. And he also has another small pouch. You think it's kind of a variation on a bag of holding. It's hard to tell. These are both attached to his belt that is holding his robes together. There's also boots and gloves and stuff, but they seem more mundane.
Well, I think I'm not going to push my luck.
All right.
And then I'm going to, well, just keep going, basically, which presumably was part of the plan.
All right. So I would like you to roll one more dex check to see if you can avoid people because now they're all the soldiers are starting to close in a little bit.
13.
All right,
I seem to have used up all of my good rolls for the moment.
not a problem. We make it through.
Yeah,
So as we are now clearing the crowd on this side,
yeah. As we are leaving, I say we should probably make haste. They will definitely notice that the necklace is gone at some point.
yep. So you hear, well, you see all the hubbub. You see him pick up stuff, and then you hear in a clear, ringing voice, a female voice, "Well, find it."
All right.
And
Oh, and for the record, it's in my bag of holding now.
you
Just
have
because
a
that's a pocket plane of existence. Just in
you
case.
have a nuclear device in your bag of holding.
Yep. Just in case any of them have any ideas about using locate object, because we've said that that's a safe place from that.
Yes. All right.
Well, at the very least, this hasn't been a total loss.
No.
Almost all of the people there are still alive.
Yep.
We lost a very powerful ally, and I'm pretty sure we have officially lost one of our oldest friends.
Yes. Tobias is no
Gone.
more.
Yep.
And he was an asset, and he definitely helped us out right from the very beginning. And you're right, Bree is definitely one of them now,
Yep.
without any doubt. I mean, she did not bat an eye. She actually seemed, I don't know,
Quite willing.
I don't think pleased was the right word for it, but she seemed kind of honored that she was picked as the first.
Yeah. Yeah.
She
I say,
did
well,
murder.
I say, patting my bag of holding. This hasn't gone entirely to their plan at the very least.
No. And we know where the Revenant is.
Yes. And since we've apparently lost one ally, we should probably think about letting that one out.
All right. So, of the plans that we started with today, all
Oh,
that's
that's all gone horribly wrong. Trust me.
all that's left in the books are everything we planned, which is find the
Well, we know where the
Strigoi.
Revenant is.
We know where the Revenant
We
is.
have a pretty good idea where the vampire is.
We have a good idea possibly where the vampire is.
And
And
we just picked
our
up a massively powerful magical explosive, which I plan to make use of at the correct time.
yeah,
Oh. And just to make sure I don't forget about that, necklace of fireballs.
put down modified. I assume at some point in time,
We will identify it to find out, yes. And
yes,
7 beads, you said?
7 beads.
And you still have a few left on yours.
Yes, I have 3 beads on mine. I also have the spell, so we gotta throw into a whole pile of fireballs. As a matter of fact, if you knew the command word right now, we could obliterate the court
Probably.
because they're all
Well,
right.
that's fine because I'd prefer to use this at the correct opportunity.
Yeah. All right.
I don't think this is it yet. I think that everything that just went wrong all in a very short time period proved that this is not the right time yet.
We have witnessed
Yeah.
the power of the remaining parts of the court when it's focused.
Yes. And
Yeah.
admittedly, we still do not have a very good idea what she can do.
Yes. We know that Tobias was capable of casting teleportation.
Yes.
So we knew he was well, levels above us.
Yes.
And their elemental had 130 some odd hit points and
114.
didn't last 6 seconds.
No.
So we know that this is not the way to go about it. We can't. deal with them en masse.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, maybe later as we whittle
Yes.
them down.
Well, we have that. I'm going to identify that and find out what the word of command is for that, and definitely make use of it here somehow, just to make sure this sacrifice is not in vain.
Kind of poetic if
Yes.
that's how we finish
Oh,
her off.
and also, she has to die.
It's not like that's
No, no, that's not the point,
Jane.
though. We have to make sure that she dies, and we have to prove once and for all to the people of Vern's Run that these sorcerers are not gods.
Yeah.
Yeah. She doesn't need to die publicly, but we need to publicly make sure that afterwards that it's made clear to everyone.
Yes.
We need to deal the court a crippling blow.
Well, they have proven and proven again
Yeah.
that it's just not right. They need to be dealt with.
Yes.
All right. So
Well, I have a few ideas we can do. We can
only
go try and deal with a vampire now.
it's only a couple minutes after noon.
Yeah.
That happened real fast.
Yeah, we could let out the Revenant. I do not see how much good that is going to do because I assume it's going to get shot down just as quickly as the two other combatants who have tried frontal assaults at this point, and it's already died twice.
All right. I'm gonna roll a natural 20. I'm gonna roll a d20 here.
Yeah.
That's not bad.
Mhm.
All right. As far as the Revenant goes, we know where it is.
Yes.
It's never going to tire. It's never going to give up.
Yep.
And we can go in and actually negotiate with it at some point because they're afraid of it.
Yes.
So we could probably get in there with it too much difficulty and let it out at a more opportune moment if you want to go that route.
Yeah, we can. It's a lot tougher than, well, both the Elemental and the Lich.
Yeah, keeps coming back to.
Yeah.
As long as it's got a body,
Oh, I just had an interesting idea we can possibly work off if we find out what the command word for this necklace is.
give it to him. That's interesting.
That's an interesting idea. I had one other possible idea,
Yeah, what's
which
that?
serves no other purpose. Another fact is going to possibly knock her off her high perch for maybe a little bit.
What's that?
Well, we don't know what Zorik's handwriting looks like is the problem. I was thinking like we write a letter, sign it Zorik, and somehow get it into her, deliver it to them, and just possibly and put the bit of fear back into them. But I don't see how effective that's going to be. Also, it might just cause this situation to be set up again. So it might be better if they think Zorik's dead for the moment.
An advantage of them thinking that they've dealt with all their problems,
Is they're not going to be looking for us.
their guard is going to get dropped a bit,
Yeah.
and they'll go back to making patrols. Patrols we can pick off.
Yep.
When they're scared and they're piled up in a mass, we can't. There's just no way.
Yep. I really do like the idea of giving the Revenant this.
Well, it is an idea that
I
you
also
can.
like the idea of somehow sneaking it under her pillow when she's sleeping.
I have a thought when it comes to that.
Mhm.
The first time we were here in Vern's Run,
Mhm.
we were underneath basically exactly where they're building their church.
Yes, we know what's under there.
We know what's under there. We
Yep.
also know that there is a river that flows through that catacomb
Yes.
from this river to the gorge.
Yes, we know it flows that way. We've never actually looked for that when we were here last, though.
No, but I suspect that we can find a way down into there and then through that up to the back door of this church.
Yeah. Which will
That's it.
almost certainly be locked and guarded.
Yes, it's not going to be a walk in the park or anything, but it could be a way in.
Yeah.
So, another thought.
That is a thought. I'm not sure we're at that point just yet, once again,
Mm,
because as we've proven, we are massively outgunned. And there is no chance of us getting any support or allies from outside of Vern's Run at this point.
True.
We just lost
And
our last ally that we had possible access to.
and then now we have a couple of days reinforcements for them.
Yes, we need to make sure that goes wrong for them.
Yeah. All right, back to more immediate stuff.
Yeah.
It is roughly about 12:30. We are
Well,
still quite fresh.
we are still quite fresh.
We have a little over half an hour. Oh no, actually, sorry, a little, yeah, almost exactly a half hour left on these invisibility spells.
Yeah.
What do you want to do?
Well, my initial plan was to go down and possibly see what's in that basement. I
Do you
think
want
we
to do
should
that
go
then?
back. I think we should go back to that possibly.
All right. So while we're chatting, then
Mhm.
we finish heading north and then turn east. Oh, sorry, finish heading west
And heading north.
and turn north.
Yes. Hopefully we can make something come of all this that will be, in our favor.
Yeah. Well, I'm saving 11 of the 12 victims. I call that a win.
Yeah. Unfortunately, everything that we planned for that fell apart.
Well,
Well, we have one. I
plans
think.
can't always work.
Yep. Again, I tap my bag of holding. Well, we have one little surprise for them still.
One last gift from Tobias.
Yeah.
Well, wherever he is, hopefully he'll have a
Appreciate the fact
smile.
that we'll be making use of this.
Yeah. All right. So, in short order, well, 5-10 minutes, we
Yeah.
make it back here.
All right. So, well, is it 5 or 10? Because it's important.
20 minutes left on our invisibility.
All right. So we have 20 minutes of invisibility left.
Yep.
Well, I have good news and I have bad news. I know what's down there.
Yep.
I assume it's basically dark down there.
Yeah. Pitch dark. Well, not.
There's a little bit of light possibly coming in on the
Yeah.
stairs down.
No, there's no stairs. There's a ladder.
Okay, yeah, but where the entrance is.
Yeah. The trap door over this, which goes into the initial cellar, is pockmarked with holes and
Yeah,
cracks,
it's wormwood.
and it is letting in dim light here.
Yes.
Where the coffin is pitch dark.
Yes. Neither of us can have dark vision.
I could have dark vision, but I wouldn't be invisible.
And we can't really cast light either.
If our
Mention the
vampire,
vampire.
if the vampire is there
Mhm.
and we cast spells,
Yeah.
we are going to wake it up.
You have your little hooded lantern.
Yes.
Mhm. You could light that without breaking invisibility.
True.
There will be a little bit of light to see by then.
Yep.
Maybe just enough to do this discreetly.
All right. We can get enough dim light by using that
Mhm.
that we can get there. But we would not have enough light to do reliable searches for traps and stuff. Everything will be at disadvantage.
Yeah, see, the more and more and more I think about this, the more and more and more I think it sounds like a bad idea. Yeah, they made this look so easily in Dracula.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Always, you always have to have enough light for the cameras to operate.
Yeah, I was just thinking in the book as well. Like it was real. They made this look much easier than we have to deal with it.
Yes. There will be stealth checks involved.
There will be stealth checks involved. There will be perception investigation checks involved at disadvantage.
Yep.
And there might be a fight against a vampire.
True. I have Dawn prepared.
Yes, that
That's
is possibly the one good thing that makes me think we can deal with this.
it.
All right. My
Well,
instincts are telling me that this is not where the vampire is.
the fact that there's no Renfield there
It's just a single
makes me
coffin.
makes me agree with you.
Yeah. I think because the coffin is closed, it was open last time, if I remember correctly, when we first got here.
No, no, it was closed.
Okay.
We opened it.
Yeah. Oh, we did open it. Yeah. It was empty.
Yeah.
All right. There's a possibility that there's a vampire spawn in there now,
Yes.
or just move the spare coffin. Either way, I think we need to go down there and take a look.
All right. The approach needs to be ironed
Visible?
out. And we're invisible.
Yeah. With your hooded lantern,
All right.
with just the hooded,
Barest of light.
yeah, bare
All right.
minimum light.
Okay. So I would like you to roll a straight stealth check. No advantage because we are trying to be quiet and we are very limited light here just to get down the ladder for starters.
19.
Okay, I have a 12. So between the two of us, we're above average passive perception.
Yeah.
We are a fair
Vampires are
distance.
not normally known for average perception, though,
True, but he's in another room and the coffin is closed. So
and
I think
possibly vacant.
possibly vacant. So we are now down. This is a stone floor. There's, well, what were crates of food and wine and all that sort of stuff. Um, I suspect a lot of it's spoiled at this point.
Yeah.
Um, I would like a perception check for you. We can have this one at advantage because we're listening.
All right. Well, vampires don't tend to make a lot of noise, but okay. Advantage gets rid of a natural one. That's nice. 17,
Quiet.
which is not surprising because, like I said, vampires tend to not make a lot of noise except when they're
Maybe
attacking.
stars. All
Yeah.
right,
To breathe.
straight ahead is an archway. Well, a doorway, but there's
All
no
right.
door.
I can only have limited sight down here, obviously, but I saw it through my arcane eye, and I
You know
have
where it is.
a very good, high intelligence score, so I assume my memory is good enough for us to lead for me to lead the way.
Yeah. And now comes the hard part. Disadvantage check for traps. So disadvantage investigation check.
Can I have your assistance to cancel it out, or does that not work here?
The problem with this is there should be 5 or 6 disadvantages and then 1 or 2 bonuses. But yes, go straight check
All right,
because I'll use my the glasses of minute seeing and anyway, just go for it.
all right. Investigation. 16 total.
All right, so as we're creeping forward, you do notice something. It's hard to tell what it is, but you think it might be a tripwire across that door.
Okay, I'm going to point out I think I spotted a tripwire.
That will require an additional stealth check, please.
Should have recast telepathic bond before we did this.
Yeah,
Well, then you have to recast invisibility.
I know. Burning through spells.
Oh dear. 11? No, wait. No, no, this is, sorry, 10.
Okay. You pointed out to me,
Mhm.
and we gesture for the rest of it and step over it.
Yeah.
You don't hear any additional sounds. Now, vaguely, and I mean vaguely, because of this very dim light, you see the coffin ahead of us.
We're almost there. I
Yep.
think to myself.
We step forward.
Yeah.
What do you want to do?
Are we at the coffin yet?
Just like 2, 3 feet away from it.
All right. Well, I want to take out my dagger
Yep.
because one of the things I know about if there is a vampire or a vampire spawn in here and we catch it while it's sleeping, we can try to kill it by cutting off its head.
All right.
And this is the best blade we have for that.
Well, we have two of them, so I'll pull up mine.
Yeah, and you can go for its heart, I suppose.
Sure. All right. I would like you to, well, what we're going to do here.
We're going to need to open the coffin first.
Yeah, we are going to do this as we're going to put it as if there's a vampire here. I would like you to roll initiative, and just in case we get to that point.
Oh, now I roll good initiative.
I have a 19. What do you have?
I have a 21. When it may not matter at all.
That's just jinxing it now, you know. That has to be the best series of initiative rolls I have ever rolled for a combat. You have 21, I have 19, and our possible vampire has an 18.
Hypothetical vampire.
Has an 18, so all right. We both grab hold of the side of the coffin that opens.
Hang on 1 second.
Oh, sorry.
I do want to.
Get this all down.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. I'm just deleting everything from my previous initiative or that nothing came up twice.
Yep.
All right. And vampire?
Sure.
Question mark?
Yep.
All right. So I have. What's your current hit point total?
77.
All right. So as one, I wanted to try it to.
Yeah, I forgot. This is not a lidded. This is not a hinged lid. We just lift it off.
Yeah. So you're
So,
gonna put your lantern down, I assume,
yep.
because otherwise you have no hands free.
Yep.
And
Very
together,
bad.
I want us to push the lid off and have our daggers ready.
All right. With one hand on the lid, one hand on our daggers,
Yeah.
lift the lid off. It is indeed occupied.
Okay.
It's very dim light. You see a body in there. Nothing has happened. You are at top of the initiative round.
All right. So we're at the top of the initiative. Well, my plan was to try and take this thing's head off with my enchanted dagger.
All right.
I assume it's
Roll to hit.
straight roll or at disadvantage.
Technically, you have advantage to hit with a melee prone.
Against an incapacitated target.
Yes.
It's also dark in here.
But it's also very dark in here, so we'll go for a straight roll. It seems to be the story of this.
I really hope this isn't it. But okay. I'm going to aim for the throat. I'm going to try and bring the dagger down, and I guess I'm going to try and
Slice its throat. All right.
saw
Roll.
through it.
Yep.
Daggers aren't really meant to decapitate things,
Nope.
but it's the best I've got. That's a 19. Shame it's not one higher. Plus,
No,
well, yeah. Plus, I think 8.
this is an auto crit.
27. Auto crit?
So max damage and
Well, it's an auto crit, so I roll damage.
yeah, then double. Sorry, yeah.
Yeah. It's a D4. That's a 1. Doubles to 2. Plus 2 for 4 damage.
All right, how much damage? I was lapped through that.
4.
4 total.
All right, now here's the important bit. Does it react?
Not at the moment, because this is all happening really fast. I mean, our initial orders are really, really close together.
All right.
So basically, as you're slashing its throat, you see my hand coming down to stab it in the heart.
Yep.
So I'm going to do that first. I also hit. Let's see if I roll a one. I rolled a three. That's how you do it. So that doubles
So
to
six
six.
plus. Oh wait, no, I
You
forgot
correct.
to. I forgot.
Your
I
dex.
forgot something to add.
Yeah, I gotta add two, and then two, so that's four. So I did 10 points of damage to it.
And I actually did six because I forgot to add the enchantment bonus of the dagger, which is another
All right.
plus two. So we've done 16 damage to this thing.
Yeah, that's pathetic.
Yeah, well, we aren't really meant to hit things with melee weapons.
True enough.
All
At
right.
this point, the adrenaline rush is over, and you notice two things. First off, it doesn't move at all. Secondly, you notice this is a female, not a male.
All right. Yeah, our visitor was male, as far as we can tell from the voice, right?
Yep. The third thing you notice is it's wearing Court of the Seven regalia.
Like, this is the one that went missing.
This is the sorceress
Yeah.
who apparently was supposed to be bar hopping, but
Something
seems
they
to have
lost track of.
got lost track of.
Okay, so this is, as far as we can tell, the oldest spawn that we can think of in
Yeah.
our in our hypothetical timeline here.
You remember what her name was because she mentioned,
Serafina was the name.
what was it?
Serafina. All right.
I gather the crest because
Yeah, you do that. While you're doing that, two things happen. One, I exhale.
start breathing again.
Yeah. And two, I pick up your lantern to just to confirm all this.
We turn the light up
Yeah.
or cast a light spell.
We are visible now.
Yeah, because we attack. So I want to just cast a light spell. I'll put my lantern away.
Yeah.
And yes, we do have a unanimated corpse.
All right. This is
Which,
a would-be vampire, but not yet.
true. I suspect what we should do is finish your gruesome work.
Which should
And
be really simple.
yep, and there's lots of crates and stuff here. I think we should start it. Maybe a little bonfire. Wow, small fire.
Yep. The
And burn.
alternative, of course, is you casting Dawn, which should still have an effect.
I think I'll reserve my
That's
fizzle
fine.
spell.
All right. All right, then. You leave that dagger there in her for the time being.
No,
Okay.
it's soot all over my dagger.
I should just say, while you gather up stuff, like detritus around here, I'm going to finish taking its head off.
All right.
Do I
Then
have
we
to roll for that?
no.
Okay.
If you want to roll a d20 just to see how long it's going to take, maybe, but it doesn't really
I
matter.
rolled an 8 plus 8.
It's gruesome. It
Yep.
takes a while.
I'm sawing through it with a dagger. This is not meant to be used this way. Yep.
It's a magic dagger.
There's a scene in Baldur's Gate 3 that everyone's going to be thinking of when they see this. The good news is I'm not covered in blood afterwards because this is a thoroughly dead and presumably bereft of blood corpse because it hasn't fed yet.
Yeah, no, it's as clean as it can be.
All
I
right.
fill I fill the coffin with bits and pieces of wood,
Yep.
pull my dagger out,
I do not stop cutting through this thing's head until it's detached.
yeah,
All right.
and
I said, do we have any oil?
I think prestidigitation should be good enough.
All right.
We start.
Uh, do you want me to, all right, you want me to do that now?
Yeah,
All right, I'll cast precipitation. Light as set of the light,
yeah.
and then we can throw more fuel on it to build up a bigger fire if you want.
It is quickly becoming really, really smoky in here,
Yes.
and not very good for breathing. If we're going to hang around, it's going to require a Constitution saving throw.
No, no, we can get out of here.
Right.
Do you want to turn us back invisible, or do you want to wait?
We are at a part of town which doesn't normally get a whole lot of activity,
Okay.
but this may draw activity.
Yes. Also, this is important. our disguises would have worn off before the invisibility spell. Else would have.
We climb up the ladder.
Yep, sheathe my dagger, avoiding the tripwire this time because
Yeah,
we have as much light as we need now.
yeah. So we get to the top of the ladder, open it up. Smoke is billowing out.
Yeah. I
Uh,
assume this entire building is going to be a bonfire in short order.
in short order, yes, this fire is going to spread.
All right, well, I see no reason we should not go back out the way we came in this time, that little gap in the fence there.
So you want to head out here? We are
Yes.
currently visible. You just want to leg it.
You can make us invisible if you want.
Roll a perception check with advantage.
Yes. 26.
You do not see anybody.
Yeah. All right. Disguises are invisible. I think we should do one or the other.
Well, we head out here. We're right here at the moment.
Yeah.
What's the plan?
You want to save your invisibility spells?
Well, the thing is if we're going to go out of town,
Yeah.
I think disguise self is sufficient.
All right.
If we are going to go more coffin hopping and trying to find where this thing is actually staying,
Yeah.
then invisibility will work better for us.
For the immediate moment, I'm just going to cast Disguise Self and make myself look like the same farmer again.
All right, I do the same.
Yeah.
And we head out to these trees.
Yeah.
So we are at the moment. We are out of danger.
Yes.
No one's around. Well, there's people. People are beginning to notice.
Yeah.
There's
I
a
think
fire.
have your familiar fly a little high up and get a bird's eye view of the situation for this.
Yeah, there is billowing smoke. It is
Yep.
black. It is thick. Uh,
And there's probably going to be flames getting to the surface pretty soon.
yeah, it is visible.
Well,
The alarm is going to, people are saying fire, and there are not a whole lot of people in this part of town anymore because this is where they came in. But there's people in this area. They've noticed the fire, and no one's rushing to try and put it out. Mostly because,
it's a derelict building at this point.
well, that part of town has just been devastated from the war.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they're going to try and prevent the fire from spreading. I think we should relocate a bit further back towards that lake.
All right, so as we are heading across to here,
Yeah.
you do notice a patrol head towards the building.
Yeah.
As we're heading across here through the gap, we notice on this road here there is a group of soldiers.
Yeah.
They've gone back to their usual format. There's one sorcerer there.
Mhm.
Well, they have two commanders. One of them's on duty at the moment, I guess.
Yeah.
And they have the usual five
Okay.
of soldiers, and they are standing there and they're watching it.
Yeah.
They're not doing anything.
Yet. They'll
They're,
probably try and prevent it from spreading too far.
well, they probably don't want the whole town to burn down. Yes. But for the moment,
Also, there's probably going to be a bit of an investigation as to what just happened.
for the moment, they're just watching.
Yeah, well, buildings do not burst into flames for no reason.
So as we cross to here,
Yeah.
I'm going to give them a chance to spot us at disadvantage. Ugh, if they had advantage, that would be bad. Two farmers in a field are not gathering any kind
Yeah.
of it.
Two farmers over by a lake. They may think we're going to go fishing.
Oh yeah, we make it to those trees on the north side of the lake.
Yeah.
And we are currently hidden.
All right.
We'll have to roll stealth because we're just so bloody far away.
Yeah, we're basically far away from anyone who actually would care.
All right, we are now about 1:30.
Mhm. All right. Well,
We have two disguises that are going to last for a while.
yep.
What do
And
you
we
want
have
to do?
quite the diversion if we want to do anything else at the moment. Few things draw
Yes,
people's attention like a burning building.
there is something for everyone to watch.
Yeah.
What do you want to do?
Well, we now know that definitively that that vampire has another hideout. It's another lair somewhere in Vern's Run
Yep.
where it has its main coffin.
Yes.
We prevented a spawn from rising from the grave, which is good.
And the most imminent one,
Yes.
we think.
We think there might be others.
Yeah.
We do not know.
Well, the nice thing is we got rid of a possible sorceress spawn too, which is
Yes, that is very good.
so whatever else is missing, we don't know. Actually, true. Hold on a sec. We do know that it's not another sorcerer.
No, because all the ones we know of are accounted for.
Yes, and this is the only one that they said was missing. So
Yeah.
any other spawns are just going to be regular.
Yeah.
So
Still going to be vampires if eventually.
yeah. Big town.
Yep.
What would you like to do?
Not real. All right. It's dying down in the town again. But I said that's a lot of ground to cover in one day. There is, however, one other area we probably should check. We haven't yet.
What's that?
Well, on the top corner of the map, there is that other ruined building.
Yes, this one here by this mysterious square.
Yes, that one. Where we tracked the grave robbers to when we first met Samal.
Yep. A smaller section.
It's a smaller area.
Yep.
We could go there and double check.
We have not checked at all yet
Not
there.
checked at all. We could check there.
Yep.
The only reason I think it's going to be less likely that there's another coffin there is, well, you brought this one in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
You think it's worth checking?
it doesn't hurt.
Doesn't hurt.
Right now, we just have disguise selves going, so we're not wasting any invisibilities or anything big.
Yeah, let's head over there. Let's head towards the tree line and use
Yep.
that to get that way.
All right, that's easily enough done because it's pretty much continuous. And then we can head straight across. I would just have you roll one stealth check. Um, yeah, this is actually you're gonna have advantage. That's true because no one really cares. That's what it comes right down to at this point when we're out here.
Wow. It's a good thing no one cares because that's terrible.
What do you
9.
got? Well, I have a dirty 20.
Mhm. Well, the
So
advantage prevented me from getting a natural 1.
between the two of us, we're just two farmers going through the woods, and there's tons of stuff going on. Rumors are spreading like wildfire.
Because there is a wildfire at the moment.
Well, it's not just that. It's news of what has happened with the combat at noon there and everything else that has happened and the lich and the water elemental. There's people, every town, well, basically, there's a lot of farmhouses out here.
Yeah.
I know none of it's shown, but they exist and there's farms. And the people are just gathering in clumps and they're just gossiping and talking. And there's all kinds of stuff being said. And anyway, no one gives a crap. So we get by no problem at all.
Yeah.
They don't recognize us, but no one wants to talk to anybody that they don't know.
Yeah. So that's
They,
working to our advantage at the moment.
yeah, they're just sticking to their own groups because they know they can trust Bob and Sue, but they don't know you, so they're not going to talk to you in case you're a spy or whatever. And anyway, no one's even remotely paying any attention to any strangers.
All right.
So we make it to that ruin, and it is exactly as we remember it, I think, but that will require an intelligence check.
All right. 14.
Hmm. Roll a perception check.
13.
You're not certain, but something seems different here.
Well, we were only here once, really.
Yeah, it's been a long time. Your brain's a little fuzzy on the subject, but it doesn't quite look like it did before.
Okay. Can I just search the exterior here to see if there's any tracks like the ones we found over there
Sure, go for a survival check.
with your assistance?
Oh yeah, no, we're on high alert here.
All right. 19.
There has definite signs of foot traffic, and not just like someone going in and out, but many tracks in, many tracks out.
All right. Is there an open door? There's a trap door, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, this is going by my memory because it's been a while since we've been here.
Yeah, there was a trap door and a ladder going down.
Yeah, there's derelict buildings. There are no doors per se, except the trap door to a ladder heading down.
Yeah,
And
which had a bell attached to it last time, which we
rolled a one on and it went bouncing down the stairs.
yeah,
Yeah, that I
we messed
remember.
up on.
And then at the bottom of the stairs is a rectangular room, and then there's a tunnel,
Yeah.
and that's where we cast the web spell.
And then past that, there's the actual main chamber.
Yeah, so trapdoor's there, trapdoor's closed.
All right. Well,
And because you rolled what you rolled, the footprints go to the trapdoor and they come from the trapdoor.
all right. Well, I see no reason not to use this again.
Arcane eye again?
Yes, I'm going to conjure another magical wizard's eye on the other side of the trapdoor because I can conjure it within 30 feet of me,
All right.
which lets me bypass the trapdoor.
Ritual spell again?
Nope, it's not a ritual spell.
Oh, you have it prepared.
I have it prepared. Yep.
Oh, is it a ritual spell?
Nope.
Oh, all right, never mind then. Okay, 6 seconds later, you have.
An arcane eye on the other side. It's going to float down
Yep.
and go along the passage.
Perception check, please. Just straight roll because it has dark vision.
Yep. 15.
The bell is still there
Okay.
and is indeed hooked up to the door.
All right.
As you go down, you see the tunnel. Nothing else here that wasn't here before, but the tunnel's there.
All right. The tunnel eventually opened up into a chamber. I remember that.
Yes.
Gonna have the arcane eye keep going down.
All right. It goes down to the end of that little passage,
Yeah.
enters into the room, and you see not one, not two, not three, but four coffins in here.
Oh dear. I inform you of this.
Someone's been busy.
Yes. Also, that really annoying bell is still on the other side of this ladder.
I'm so hoping that you roll a one on this again. It would make me so happy. You know it's there.
Yeah.
You know what sets it off. That will require a dex check, please.
I just want to make sure that my arcane eye has surveyed the entire room before we do this.
No movement.
No occupants apart from anyone else who might be inside those coffins.
Correct.
And the good news is, if my augury from this morning is correct, which we can only assume it is.
It is mandatory that it's correct.
Yeah, yes. If it knows the answer, it has to be honest. And
Yes.
give a yes, a straightforward yes, and an answer of a yes. We know that the vampire is not down here, but we can still ruin its plans a bit more. I think.
Yes.
And possibly destroy any more spawn. All right. Can I somehow have you assist me with disarming of this bell? I don't know how that.
It's a simple matter of lifting it up sufficiently and then grabbing the bell.
Okay.
So pure dex check. One, please.
Number one. It's a 7 total.
That is below the DC.
Yes, but it's not going to be as bad as it was last time. We're improving.
No, So what happens is you lift up the door a little bit too far, and by
Yeah.
the time you've grabbed the bell, it has given off a couple of chimes.
All right. Well, my arcane eye would definitely be positioned in such a way that I can keep a watchful eye on those coffins.
All right, perception check, please. Straight roll because it's through your eye.
10.
You see nothing. Nothing has changed, I should say. It's probably the best way of saying that.
Okay.
You now have the bell in your hand.
Yep.
Swing the door open.
I pocket the bell.
You pocket because you don't want this bell bugging you ever again.
I pocket it, and I'm going to. And just to make this clear, the next time we are underwater, I'm dropping it, so it sinks to the bottom of the lake or the river.
All right, so we're standing at the top of this thing. We have a ladder heading down.
Yep, just so that we can prevent this bell from being yet another reoccurring cursed item that comes back to haunt us.
Oh, we haven't seen the bad penny in so long.
Oh, don't worry. I'm sure it's going to show up at some point.
All right, we're there.
Down the ladder we go.
Yep. Now it's time for stealth. We have plenty of light here.
Yep. 23.
And I have a 17.
Yeah.
So we sneak down with relative ease. We are standing now, looking down through that corridor.
Yep. And we should head down that way. I assume as we approach, I see myself approach through my
Yes.
arcane eye.
Now it is getting, once we're standing there at the bottom, looking forward, it's dim light as we're heading directly into darkness.
Okay, we could repeat ourselves and use your lantern again.
Sorry, I coughed.
We could use your lantern again, or we could just conjure light.
Which do you want to do?
Well, I'm much more confident this time. I just one of us cast light, I think.
All right, we cast light cantrips.
Okay.
It's now brilliantly light, which you see in weird kind of thing because it's you see the light casting, but then you see your eyes seeing the light coming towards you.
Yeah.
Gotta be disorienting, I tell you.
I'm used to this by this point.
All right, so we head into the room.
Yeah.
You have indeed 4 coffins.
All right.
There's something slightly different about these ones.
What's that?
They're definitely dug up. They're definitely repurposed.
Yep.
The lids are not on. They're kind of off to the side a little bit. They're empty coffins.
All right.
They're dirt filled, not dirt filled, but there's dirt in them.
Okay. So they're vacant coffins.
Yes, they're definitely spares.
They're spares. All right. Well, I see no reason not to ruin these too.
All right, start another fire.
We could, or we could just smash them. There's no occupant to worry about this time.
True.
What do you think?
Intend to smash them.
Yeah.
How do you intend to smash them?
We have our stabs.
We are weak and
Yeah.
feeble.
Do you still have your 5th level spell slot?
Oh, yeah.
Bigby's hand?
I'm not using Bigby's hand to crush a bunch of wooden boxes.
Should we just pile them all up and have another fire? The downside is we're in a wooded area this time.
Yeah, technically we are. Well, we are underground. And these are derelict buildings, so I don't know. We might possibly start a forest fire.
Well, we can stick around and I can douse the flames to keep that from happening.
It is the sure way.
Yeah.
But,
all right. How about this? Let's take the empty coffins.
Yeah.
Drag them to the far end of the room away from the trapdoor.
Okay.
And just gather up a bunch of stuff to make a fire with. And let's set the fire.
Yep.
And we can head out the way we came in, and the fire will be burning far enough away from the entrance. We'll just sweep any and all flammable materials towards this to keep it from spreading too much.
All right. Roll a dex check. We'll just see how effective this is.
11.
All right, kind of mediocre, but
Yeah.
we do set up a pile.
Yeah.
You pass prestidigitation
Yeah.
to get it going.
I
We
suggest
do
we
we
go back up.
Yeah. There's less smoke this time because you're burning just wood.
Yeah.
It's it is kind of damp, so it is giving off some smoke, but it's not as bad as burning a body.
Yeah. I
Uh,
suggest we go back upstairs.
yep, we go outside where the air is fresh.
Yeah, and we wait to see if the flames are going to spread this way, and if they are, I can douse them with crate water.
Smoke is currently pouring out of the hole, the
Yeah,
trap door, but not nearly as black and bilious as the other one was. So it is visible, but it's not.
you will probably notice this at some point.
Yep, there are plenty of farmers about. Well,
Yeah,
here, but not too far away.
yeah.
What do you want to do?
Well, I suggest we wait around a little bit just to make sure the fire doesn't spread too much.
All right, the
But we will
fire,
have to run off quite quickly if anyone starts to come to investigate.
the fire, and then after about 4 or 5 minutes, has not spread to the point where it is encompassing any of the buildings at all. It is just burning. It's like you had set a fire, a campfire, that kind of thing.
So it is
Yeah.
going to just burn itself out, we think.
You suspect so at this point in time.
Mhm.
Uh, a sort of alarm has gone up.
All
The
right.
farmers,
I think we should go.
the farmers are a bit more cautious about these things, but they do have livestock, and they do have buildings and stuff that they want to keep intact.
Mhm.
There seems to be a half a dozen of them coming to see what's going on.
All right, let's get out of here.
To be unobserved, this
Yeah.
will require a stealth check, unless you want me to turn us invisible.
Not just yet. That can come up later.
Ugh, terrible number.
I have a 21. Nope. No, sorry. I have a 25.
You're 25 with my 13 is enough.
Yeah.
So, where do you want to go?
Let's skirt the outskirts of the city and head back down towards the river.
All right. So, what we're going to do then is I'm going to move this over a little bit.
Yeah.
We come down here, probably give it a wider berth than we can see here,
Mhm.
and head back down towards the water.
Yeah.
There are plenty of farms that we're going through. Same sort of attitude as before. Some of them have noticed the smoke.
Yeah.
No one's really that cautious or careful about it here because it's far enough away.
Yeah. It's also probably not a lot of smoke at this point.
No, it's also spring, so things are still fairly wet. Trees are green, so they're unlikely to catch fire.
Well, the court's possibly going to take attention to the fact that there were two fires today.
Yes, two mysterious fires.
The vampire definitely is going to, and is going to know something is wrong because it just
But
lost 5 coffins and a spawn.
it's going to wake up tonight and not be happy.
Yeah.
So, is there anything else we want to do to ruin its day?
No, I think that's a good amount for the moment. Do you have any other suggestions what we should do?
All right.
We can let out the Revenant now if you want. I'm not sure how effective that's going to be.
Ugh, terrible. I don't really have any positive input really to put into what to do about the vampire besides just searching any derelict building and trying to hope to find it.
Well, not counting the Whippoorwill Inn and the building we just set on fire, I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 more derelict buildings.
Don't You can discount the church because they wouldn't use that one.
All right, 8.
So yeah,
That's still a lot of ground to cover, and one of them is Wendell's.
true. Unfortunately, unless you can come up with a method of magic to find them, we have no other options. Well, actually,
Well,
that's
I do not have locate creature prepared today.
we could,
Mhm.
in theory, wait until it's active at night and try and find it.
We could. That is risky, but we
No, no, no,
might
no.
have to do that at some point.
Very risky.
Yeah.
It's in its element, and we are not.
Well, like I said, do not have locate creature prepared at the moment. I could try contact other plane again and maybe narrow the field down even further. But
You've used up your portents,
yep. So the risk is much greater this time.
and the DC is greater.
Yeah, so we could, or we could just save that until after our next rest.
Well, I don't really want to babysit a gibbering idiot for a long rest, so I'd say that's off the books.
So,
Not one of our options.
not one of our options. Well, then what we do access to I do have at the moment, I can just randomly cast clairvoyance in 4 times. If I use all my high level spell slots into derelict buildings and hope to get lucky.
You would also have to be really, really lucky because the only building we know the interior of is Wendell's.
Yep.
Everything else is just going to be a guess.
Yes, like I
Like,
said, really lucky.
even if they have a basement, we don't know.
Yeah, and near as I can tell, that's what's being used so far. Lots of underground places.
Yep, there aren't very many large buildings here.
Well, failing that, I could try locate objects for coffins.
Roll an intelligence check.
Oh, that was terrible. 8.
Yeah, that's not good enough.
It might work. The court has gotten rid of a lot of the other coffins, possibly, and we've burned quite a few down. We've burned up 5 alone today. Today alone.
All right.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, my brain's awake now. Yes, I remember this morning with, I don't know her name now, Fortuna,
Yeah.
or as I seem to think of it now, Fortuna's.
Yeah. Fortuna, just in case for everyone else, as in fortune.
So Miss Tuna
Yeah.
said in her speech this morning that they went to great lengths to uh, find all the bodies possible and burn them.
Yeah.
So most likely, because the graveyard, they just dug it up, and they'd probably just take the boxes because it's fuel.
Yeah.
So they probably would have burned all of the coffins that they could find, just because they don't want to get pulling up dead bodies.
Yeah.
So most likely there aren't a whole lot of coffins left.
No, so they might be gone. So that might be a way we can go.
Yep.
I do not feel confident in our ability to take on a vampire at the moment.
We have burned through a few spells.
Yes, I have 1 first, all my second and thirds, and 1 fourth left. And I will need to use at least 1 locate object spell in order to try and track down this coffin,
Yes.
which could just lead us to something completely unimportant for the moment.
True. I am better off than you. I have not cast as many spells, mostly just third level spell slots.
Yeah.
And a couple of I mean, all I've done is disguises. So I've burned through 4 of my spell slots. So
Yeah, I'm the one who summoned the elemental that did nothing.
yeah, it didn't do nothing. It taught us an abject lesson.
Yes. Well,
Like,
we'll learn from that mistake.
so that's a plan.
It is a plan. One thing I would probably say that is a bit of a better idea is we can take a short rest first and use arcane recovery.
Well, actually, that's exactly what I was going to say. So you read my mind.
Yeah, and you can get some more of your hit points back because
Yep.
you haven't taken any more damage, but you're still hurt.
We could have lunch,
Yes.
even though it is basically 2 o'clock ish at this point. Maybe,
Yeah,
oh,
late lunch.
actually between 2 and 3. So
Late
heading.
lunch, early supper.
Yep. So let's do that.
Okay.
Find a spot and I'll regain 5 hit points.
Yes. And I will get back my 5th level spell slot and a first because that's all I can. That's the most I can do with my arcane grimoire.
I can regain 5 spells.
What
So
levels? Yes.
yep, I'll regain a third and both my firsts.
All
So I'm
right.
only down 1 spell.
Yeah, I'm not as well off.
So I'm feeling a little healthier and a little more refreshed.
Yes.
I'm only down, well, still 15 hit points, but it is,
Yeah, you could drink a potion if you want. Get yourself back up.
it depends on what you end up doing.
Yeah. Still not massively confident about taking on a vampire if we do run into it. We are pushing our luck at this point.
We have a lot of resources still
Mm-hmm.
in our favor for being, a little bit more cautious. We have, as far as we know, eliminated, first off, the most effective spawn it would have, and most likely the one that is
Started with.
more imminent.
Yeah. And we've gotten rid of 5 of its coffins and thoroughly torched 2 of its hidey holes.
Yes. Now, in favor of doing this now,
Yeah.
the fact that it doesn't know about this yet.
Yes, and it will be asleep. The downside is we may not be able to take it on in its lair at the moment.
Tomorrow, it will know about all this and know that someone's looking for it.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a lot more difficult to find, but no more difficult to take on.
No.
So, your choice.
Well, I think if the lesson today has been anything, it's to err on the side of caution.
All right.
We cannot underestimate these things.
No, we cannot go around blundering through stuff.
Yeah.
So, vampires off the agenda for today.
Yes.
What about the Revenant?
See, the problem with that is just the exact opposite. We know where it is, we can let it out. But what good is that going to serve?
Roll, you've already rolled an Arcana check for Revenants, haven't you?
Yes.
Roll an intelligence check, see what you remember of it.
24.
You clearly remember the fact that Revenants are intelligent. They
Yes.
are a retribution that is a personification of a deity. They don't mess around with these things.
Yep.
It is smart, and then when it realizes it can't accomplish what it needs to accomplish on its own, it will seek allies.
I think it's probably close to that point by now.
It's been destroyed a few times,
Yeah.
and now it's imprisoned, and we're not sure. I mean, it could have broken out,
I
but
think we probably would have heard by this point if it had.
you can go and negotiate.
We can. Yep.
What do you want to do?
I'm thinking. All right. Well, we seem to be at an indecisive moment here.
Well, been a long evening of play.
Yep.
Why don't we halt at the end of this short rest?
Yep.
Because there is daylight left.
Yes.
We're not spent.
No, we're not. But well, our characters are not. But it has been a while for us, so this might be a logical stopping point. I think.
Eventful evening.
Yes.
So, sure. Why
Yep.
don't we call it here and we'll pick it up next
That's fine.
session?
And we can think about it a little bit more. All right. And so with
Of
that,
course, you do realize the more impetuous individual will have the driver's seat.
that's fine. Yeah, we tried it my way this time. It kind of worked. Let's see how yours will work.
Chaos.
All right. So with that, then, thank you for watching, everyone. Please remember to like and subscribe, and please join us here again next time as we continue our adventures in Vern's Run, and we continue searching for this vampire. We put a dent in its plans a little bit.
Yeah. And once it knows one of those, it's going to be very unhappy.
Yep. Well, join us here again next time for that, please. Good night,
Okay,
everyone.
well,